was unusual. The stream cut out. I think the modem might have reset itself. So yeah, it went to the BRB screen for a little bit there. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think maybe if the modem gets too hot, it like resets itself. Or if there's I've been noticing on the modem's been telling me that I've had missed calls or I've had text messages come through, and I didn't buy the SIM card for that. Like, I bought the SIM card purely for the internet. So it must be someone's old number that they used to have. So I think I might have to call up Optus and see if they can just like block text messages or calls coming through, because maybe it might be people trying to call the number that's stuffing up the modem, maybe. Not sure. Okay, we got one more lesson to do. Quite a long stream today, which is good. I'm just going to put this bike back in the garage and then we'll get going. Student is somebody who's on another ninja, so well, I think it's the one I'm thinking of. Hopefully, we shall see. But how are we all doing today, guys? I can chit chat now if you guys want to say anything, otherwise you can feel free just to lurk. Enjoy the scenery. That was actually a good lesson. That was his third lesson, being on the bike. So he had a lesson a couple of days ago as well, and we were just around this area because he was a little bit nervous and stuff like that. He actually picked up things quite quickly today. Yeah, some people can progress very quickly. They pick things up really easily. It's great if they do. It means they get their license sooner. But yeah, with his braking, so the big issue with the braking there, like when we're practicing our emergency stops, like I'm teaching it a particular way. So we're always using all our fingers on the brake lever. But I noticed straight away after we did our emergency stops, he went back to using one or two fingers on the brake lever. Couldn't do this and be so nervous for him. Yeah, it is nerve-wracking sometimes, especially when they're riding my bikes. But yeah, he was one finger, two finger braking, like for most of his braking after we were practicing our quick stops. Like, yeah, nah, want to use all those fingers on when we're just riding around generally. I mean, you, Russia, doing your racing and stuff like that, it might be a bit different because you probably got shorter brake levers or something like that, maybe, I don't know. I know on tracked bikes and stuff like that, yeah, it's always like one or two finger braking. But yeah, just generally on the road riding around, we try to use all our fingers. You got any other smaller bikes or any other like bikes besides the Hayabusa? something a certain way, I try to make sure that they do it the same way in every part of their riding. I mean, that's the whole point of doing the emergency braking, is to learn how to brake the bike at higher speeds, and then when we're doing the U-turns, how to ride the bike at lower speeds. I've ridden the Boosters. They're a nice bike. I was actually surprised how easy they were to turn. They're actually quite a fun bike to ride. But no, I've ridden the Hayabusa, I've ridden the ZX14, those bigger style bikes. I do prefer my 1000cc's though. A little bit more nimble. Yeah, my ZX10 was definitely my favourite bike so far. In the picture, private screen, you see a Aprilia RSV4. Used to be my mate's bike, and got to ride that as well. That was amazing. Yeah, they corner like they're on rails. They're so stable. One of my friends, when he bought his Busa, he up at a fuel station just to fill up and that, and one of the other guys who was with us I think he bumped the rear tyre or something like that when he was coming to a stop, and he knocked over the Busa, and yeah, he scratched up all the fairing and the exhaust and stuff like that. My mate was so gutted. But luckily he was insured, so actually cost a fair bit of money to replace all the fairings and that. Yeah, riding the Aprilia RSV4 was fun. I mean, especially with like the wheelie control and launch control and stuff like that. Oh, it was so fun. You can just rip the throttle open and it'll just go. My ZX10 at the time didn't have any of that. It had traction. Probably a bad signal area just there. That's alright, we're back there. So you've had many boosters. That's what I tell people as well, like with you can have the same